Hi, my name's David. I'm over here in England, and I'm a member of the Learn Auto Body and Paint course. A little while ago I decided that I'd like to spray my car, but my car is a newish car. It's a 2005 Honda Civic Executive, and I didn't want to make a botch of it, but it needed this tail end, the back end doing for all the stone chips, and somebody had colour sanded and buffed and gone through, and I needed to put it right. So what I did, I joined the Learn Auto Body and Paint course, and started to read all the tutorials, i.e. the e-books, and watching the videos and watching Tony work, and realised Tony was a man who was dedicated to what he was doing. He was good with his hands, and so I decided to watch his hands, how he used his hands, and I watched how he applied filler, which he put, what pressure he put on, allowed, put the pressure onto the filler to push it into the repair. I watched him how he filled in with spot putty as he put the pressure on, not putting it on too thick, but pushing it into the scratches and various other things. I watched him as he applied the Bondo, flattered it, and then primed it. I could never get my hang of flatting the filler, the Bondo. Could always see my Bondo. It looked like a bong stuck on top of my panel sometimes. Although it was flat, they still got this ring around it. Could never seem to do it. But having got the course and studied it and watched Tony, I now can put body filler onto it, and I now can make that body filler just disappear into the panel, i.e. that is putting the 2K primer on it. I build primer. So pleased about that. So I got to learn to do that, and then I made a start on my car by flattening it all down with 400 paper. Made the repairs to the areas that needed with the Bondo and spot putty, and then put on the 2K primer. I built primer, put a couple of coats of that on, allow that to dry and flat that off, make it nice and smooth, and then applied 2 coats of after masking it up naturally, 2 coats of Eternal Blue. It is the paint. It's Eternal Blue. It's a pearl paint, and over here in England they mix the pearl in the paint. You don't actually mix it into the clear, as some do, but we in this country mix it into the paint itself. So I applied 2 coats of Eternal Blue pearl paint, and that laid on lovely and flat. And then I applied 2 or 3 coats of clear. That went on just laid there as clear as you could. I could actually see myself through the clear, and I didn't use an overly expensive gun. I used a Kestrel gun with the head having a similar head to a Iwata or a Devilis, whatever they call them, and apply the paint. Now, and to apply the paint, no matter what paint it is, there's always a set distance from the panel, and always a set speed across each panel. And I watched Tony how he applied, when he did it with his hands, how he worked his hands and the spray gun across them, and followed exactly the speed that he did, and it came out quite brilliant. Now I have to say that once it's on, you must leave it a little while because it needs to cure. If you want to colour sand and buff, don't colour sand and buff too fast, or you'll pay the price. If you're using a wool buffing pad with compounding paste, if you happen to rub too hard in a certain place, or it's an awkward position you're getting it into, it will burn it. There's no danger about that. It must cure before you do it. So I learned a few lessons there, to rub them down and respray them and feather them in and blend them in. But all in all, because of this Learn Auto Body and Paint with Tony, I would never have been able to do the job I've done over such a short period of time. I'd like to thank Tony and for all his effort, for his time, and I'll just say that if you want to learn to spray a motor car, and you want to learn to spray a motor car good, then join Learn Auto Body and Paint. Bye.